Namaskar ji. In the way how we live our life, it is very difficult to receive the codes which are applauding towards us, inside of us. That is why pay attention to yourself more. The yin yoga practice and actually the yoga practice itself helps to look inside. So try to make from any practice meditation. Meditation, it's not always sit. Real meditation, it's actually laying down horizontally. And you know, when someone says that better meditation on this side or better meditation on the back or something like this, it's not exactly like that. For each person, the position for meditation and position for the receiving energy and codes can be different. And the most difficult here is to actually accept and understand that your method may not work on other person. That is why very carefully with everything. I would advise you just for yourself, trust the process. So when you start the meditation or start any practice of inner search, just close your eyes. And one day you may want to sit, another day you will lay down. The third day you will want to do the walking meditation, because sometimes for some people and for some energies of the space and the precise day, it might work too. And that is why be very careful with listening yourself, because you already know all of the answers, you know all of the decisions that must be done for your own growth. So look inside. Hello, Billy. Subscribe, put some likes, watch some shorts, and practice with me yoga. So first, and the most important part of the practice is the sankalpa. Sankalpa, wish, desire, intention. Make it happen. Women have the right palm over the left, men have left palm over the right, thumbs are touching, tailbone in, straighten your back, close your eyes. Make a sankalpa. Do the inhale. And let's make the Samavriti breath. Let's start with inhalation for 4 seconds, exhalation 4 seconds, and then we will add some holding the breath after inhalation and after exhalation. And what is important, the exhalation will start to become more deeper till the 8 seconds, for example. And I will not tell you, but we will be breathing in more. So you do breathing till the time I say hold or breathe out. While you will be listening to me, you will be able to go deeper, and you will notice how deep actually you breathe. Let's start. Hello. Salut. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. in. Out. We are in Kumbhaka, holding the breath. Let's start. Breathe in. Hold. Out. Hold us and breathing out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Hold. Guten Morgen. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. And hold. And now just ordinary breath. Notice how the breath actually has changed. Now, very carefully change the position of the legs. Feet are together. Try to make the heels even. Try to make the same line with the knees. And for the first asana, we are relaxing by going down. Your back will be round. Both arms up in the sides. Inhale. And with exhalation, go forward. Try to reach your feet with your forehead. And just breathe. If you cannot reach, you may stay with your palms on your feet. It is quite normal too. Do not judge yourself, but what you can do today is enough. Namaste. Guys, don't forget to subscribe, likes, watch my shirts. I sound like I'm talking about a piece of clothes. Some of the videos, and of course pick up the practice which is good for you for today. And don't forget that for each day you may choose different practice because the level of energy may change. The desire of more strong practice, more challenging can be there, but always remember, stretching is the must. You may love even the hard practices like Ashtanga Vinyasa or maybe power yoga, but in any case, the most important is to stretch. Do those 6 days and in 1 day stretch. Do 3 times, one of them must be stretched. It doesn't matter. But for the muscle and for the, I would say, health of the blood flow. When I was working in the rehabilitation center, I remember the main doctor there were saying that all of the sports people are sick. And you know, as a yogi teacher, as a spiritual guide, I can tell that everything must be in balance. No edges, but balance of everything. Try to be in balance with yourself. Try to hear what you really want. Hello. Do inhale and very carefully start to come up. Straighten the right leg. Grab the left leg. Try to straighten your back as much as possible with your right arm. Grab the left foot and with your left arm, the outer side of the left leg, and make a movement side to side like a swing. Or if you feel that you're flexible enough, grab your leg as deep as possible and as close as possible to your torso, but your back must stay as straight as possible. I don't know, do you hear the sound from the outside? I live not so far away from the MMA stadium, and it is some kind of boxing right now, and it can be heard very well. Welcome to all of my channel guests. Subscribe, put some likes, choose the practices of my channel with your level of growth, your level of flexibility, strength, and the language as well. But there are only two languages, actually, English and Russian. Oh, thank you. I would appreciate if you will put some likes and super thanks. Don't forget that you can always support by donation on the channel. I would much appreciate it. More pretty feet available. Now put the left foot to the inner right hip. It is very important that we have our sit bones even. In this case, your knee will be slightly in, but for us, important for the stretch, the precise position, and we will be rounding our back. So both arms up, inner sides, inhale, and with exhalation, go as deep as possible and try to reach with your forehead towards the right leg. Hello, hello, handheld eggs. What does your name mean, actually? Whenever we going towards the leg, we try to have our middle body in the leg. So the right chest from the outer side, left chest from the inner side, and very carefully go deeper. Do some breathing. Okay. Admit it that you are foot fetishists. Huh? My dear guests of the channel, subscribe. Don't forget to put some likes. And of course, pick up practices and playlists for you. Different strength, flexibility levels. Some hand balancing, some splits. Depends what you want. Добро пожаловать всем гостям канала. Не забывайте подписываться и приходите на практики на русском языке. Не забывайте ставить лайки. Do inhale, with exhalation start to come up. And now, of course, changing the side, straighten the left leg, shake it a bit. right foot to the left hip. And what is really important, again, sit bones on the same line. Make the pelvis even. Both arms up. Inhale, and with exhalation, slightly move to the left, that the middle of the body will be on the leg, so left side of the chest from the outer side, right side from the inner part, and try to stretch towards the left leg and reach with your forehead your left leg. Of course, at some point, the level of flexibility will grow. In yoga, what is the most important lesson that yoga actually gives is to live with no expectations. And it's not only about physical aspect of yoga, it's about the way how you live your life after that. There are asanas in which you work hard to make them. But if you grow by practicing without expectations, just practice, you're starting to see that the asanas that you were struggling at some point, you're able to do it. That's the tricky part. Welcome to my channel, guests. Subscribe, put some likes, pick up the yoga practice for your level of flexibility, strength, stamina. Depends what you want today. And of course, don't forget to join my channel and like. Do inhale, start to come up. Shake both legs forward. And do the Baddha-Konasana, tangled angle. What is important? In all of the asanas, for the feet always heels together. In this position, you can actually see that your leg, one of the foot, might be slightly longer than another. So basically, like sometimes I see even for the half of the centimeter, one leg may be more length than another one. And do some movements with your hips. Don't forget that practice is always what you feel. Sometimes when we have the release of the emotions during the practice, we can feel it in joints, we can feel it in muscle, tendons. You may even feel some anger. And funny part that you can actually feel it towards the teacher. Or you can even sometimes remember some memory which is stuck, which you cannot work with. And that's when you're supposed to work with the quantum field to make some things to change all of those. Okay, and now, very interesting, spread your legs. Whenever we do the asanas like this, for us important not to feel tension too much here. A little bit of inner hip tension is quite normal, but still notice what you feel and do not try to overdo, but still do not give yourself some slack, because we tend to relax too much. So tailbone in, both arms up in the sides. With the exhalation, turn to the left. Put the palms from both sides of the left leg. and just breathe. If you feel that you're able to, you can put your elbows to the floor. Of course, if your level of flexibility lets you to do so. And just stretch. If you feel enough of flexibility, these things happen too, you may try to reach your left foot and try even to put your forehead on your left leg. Guys, subscribe, put some likes, and come to practice more often. We have stamina, strength, flexibility, arm balances. Choose the practice for yourself. Добро пожаловать всем гостям канала. Подписывайтесь, ставьте лайки и приходите на практики. Do inhale, start to come up very carefully. For a few rounds of breath, be in a center. We always make for both sides, saying, hello, my sweet Judy. Thank you for the tip. I saw the message though. I see, despite it's online, I see that there are messages coming. This is the third practice in English online. Let's see how it will grow further. Both arms up in the sides. With exhalation, turn to the right. Put both arms on the floor from the both sides of the right leg. So the right arm from the outer side, left arm from the inner, and try to reach. There will be times when 3 hours of yoga will be not enough, especially when we start the practice. And when we continue, at some point, there is a desire to practice more and more. Don't forget to put some likes, subscribe, and donate to my channel. Thank you, guys. And just breathe. When we grow in yoga, we start to understand all of those sayings of the guru, sayings of other people. But in order to understand, in order to accept, we need to grow to that level. And despite how it seems that yoga is just physical practice, this physical practice will lead you to the growth of inner self. There is a very famous saying that everyone knows, know thyself. It's like knowing yourself. Hola, non habla español. very carefully to inhale. And now the most difficult but the most important variation of this asana, we try to go front. But in order to go as deep as possible, we need to do the breathing, arms on the sides, inhale. With the exhalation, reach the floor and try to stretch. You may stay on your palms, you may stay on the elbows, but if your flexibility lets you, you may do 2 variations. Both will be generous gift for the shoulders. So first one. Our palms facing towards the heels, and we are trying to reach with our chest and shoulders. Or we try to go forward as deep as possible. I will stay on the elbows in order not to make some noise on the microphone. It is very important to accept sometimes that one day we can be very flexible, one day we can be very strong, another day we cannot have neither. In comparison, better not to compare. Because, for example, if we only tell about physical body and the hormones in the physical body, women, for example, have 4 different stages during the month, and the practices during that month is different too. So, for example, before the periods, women are not flexible at all. Hello, Richard. In the man case, men are more stronger. That is why practices on the strength, especially connected to the arms. So all of the arm balances for men are easier to be done. That is the most curious part. For female, mostly the lower body flexibility is common. We have 3 doshas in our body, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And Kapha, this is like different, even physical types. If we say about Vata, it is wind in Sanskrit. This type of energy are very slim people. Usually they high and slim. They are very dreamy people. They can start a lot of tasks simultaneously, but do not finish any of them because it's not interesting anymore. This is like the windy people. Fire people, it is Pitta. Pitta translates from Sanskrit as fire. This type of energy of people who are very energetic. And if we say about Vata, they are flexible in the lower body mostly. So Pitta are more sporty, physically sporty, especially upper body. And it is despite gender. It is very interesting that in connection to the energy, we understand that we have sun and moon energy inside of us, yin and yang, Shiva and Shakti, and we have, both of us have it, both genders. And whenever we grow, we start to understand that these 3 types of energy, that, for example, Kapha are very creative people. They are the most, they are like earth. They are very earthy. They love to eat very tasty food. They try to find easy life, but they still, if they start something, they will not go to sleep till they finish, for example. But again, those energies we have, all of us have it. That is why it is important to see which energy is prevailing in you and in which energies you should work in what you want. That's the part of the growth as well. Now, very carefully start to come up. The difficult part will be for our legs to meet each other. And for a few moments, sit with your legs together, if the legs actually met each other. Knee to the heel. And now, the most favorite asana, the pigeon posture. So the pigeon, we do the next way. Left leg towards the right hip, with the heel towards the hip. We are on the left outer side of the left leg, straightening the right and stretching the back. Most of my students love this asana. They consider that in all of the yoga, this is the most important asana. And they are arguing that I give it very rare. And depend on your level, you will be right now with me making the changes. So, for example, you may stay like this. But if you want to make it difficult, and of course you want to make it difficult, we are changing the position of the left leg like this. We try to make the same line from the hip joint to the knee joint, from knee joint to the heel. And we try to reach with our elbow towards the left foot. We can have our elbow in front of the left leg. We can have it inside, but do not try to put your elbow on your leg because you will have the bruises after such touch. And then you will be hearing that your yoga teacher is an abuser. Now, put the palms together and the namaste gesture. Try to twist, but what is important? Right hip facing the front side of the right hip, facing the floor. And despite your position, try to turn it. Neither good, neither bad. If you cannot do this or can do, this is the part of the growth. Don't forget to put some likes, guys. Subscribe and pick up the practice for you with a different level of difficulty. Do the inhale very carefully. Come up. And now we will change a little bit. We will try to reach with the right elbow the outer side of the left knee. This is a little bit more difficult because this is the deeper twist, and each time it will be more easier. But in order to reach it, you need to practice. A few rounds of breath, and at any moment, if you feel the difficulty, you can stay on elbows in front of the leg or on the palms. It is quite normal. Whatever you will choose is right for you for today. And just breathe Do inhale. Very carefully come back to the central position. Come back with your left leg towards the genitals. And with the right arm, we are trying to reach towards the right leg. Whatever you can do, it is enough. If you actually not even able to grab the leg, just try to reach with the arm towards the leg. It is enough. Whenever you will be growing, you will be able to do more deeper, and with your depth, try to reach with your right foot towards the torso. I am teaching more than 11 years. I saw a lot of people. I saw different history of the bodies, different physical strength, flexibility, how flexibility grows, how people think, how actually everything is changing. And for me to look at this, it's like I understand this feeling of the teachers, how they proud. And whenever my student is reaching something, and I know what this person went through in order to reach that, I feel the same warmth. And if you want to make it slightly more challenging, try to grab, if you can, try to grab your foot to the elbow, and with your left arm behind your head, try to reach to make a lock with your right arm. This is the variation of the King's Pigeon. To inhale, with the exhalation, let go of any position that you were at. Let go of the right leg. Get to the upper stiff position and change the right leg forward. Get to the outer side of the right leg. And try to reach with your elbows the floor. Straighten the left leg. The front side of the left leg is facing the floor. Welcome all my channel guests. Subscribe, put some likes, and choose the practice for you. I have different playlists on the channel. Choose the practice for you. And now we will change a little bit. So, try to make the angle. Knee and the heel on the same line, knee and the hip on the same line, and with the right elbow, try to reach towards the right foot, or you may put the elbow in front of the right leg or inside of the leg, or you may try to do the Namaste gesture and be in such position. to inhale. And with exhalation, come back to the central position. And try to reach with the left elbow behind the right knee. And again, if you cannot, you may put your elbow slightly back. And try, of course, to do the Namaste gesture. Whatever you feel during the practice, especially if it's connected to the emotions, this is the place where we should work. Come back to the center and just for a few moments be in the center. Now, very carefully, we will do the variation of the King's Pigeon, so the right foot close to the torso, with left arm grab left leg, and of course, try as you do on one side, try to do on the other, try to reach with the left foot as close as possible to the torso. Try to grab the left leg into the elbow with the right arm behind your head. Try to reach and create a lock. Do inhale, let go of the position of the arms and the leg. Very carefully lay down on your back. Shoulders glued to the floor, both legs up. Supta Dandasana. Put the left leg on the floor, squeeze the right. Left arm on the right knee and put the right knee to the outer side. To the left with the shoulders glued to the floor. Remember that for lower back twist in this case, it is important shoulders to be on the floor. Very carefully come back to the center. Squeeze both legs. Let go of the right leg. Right arm on the left knee and very carefully start to put the left leg to the right. And by yourself, look to the left. Notice that for the neck, we always look to the other side of the twist of the lower part of the body. Very carefully come back to the central position. Squeeze both legs. Get yourself for the outer side of the feet and try to get your knees from both sides of the torso towards the floor, Ananda Balasana or the Happy Baby. Let go of the legs, straighten them. And let's go to the Shavasana. Lay down on your back, spread your legs to the sides of the yogi mat, palms from both sides of the torso, and close your eyes. Shavasana is the most important asana. In this asana, all of the result of the practice is becoming part of us. Notice how you breathe. Make your attention go to your feet. Notice the changes in your feet, soles of the feet, toes. Notice the ankles, knees, hips, hip joint, lower back, middle back, upper back. How your body relaxes vertebra by vertebra. How relaxes the chest, belly, arms, elbows, wrists, palms, fingers, the whole body. The back side of the neck, front side of the neck, the back side of the head, face. Everything is relaxed. Let yourself to go into the total relaxation. All of the attention to your breath. And with each exhalation, let go all of the tension from your body. If you have time, stay in Shavasana a little bit longer. Or sit with your eyes closed. Crisscross your legs, Om, and 3 times Shanti to close the practice. Om, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om. Have a great time of existence. Thank you, all of you, for putting some likes and comments when this video will be uploaded. Thank you for all of the support. Thank you for the donations for my channel. See you next time. Марк, и вам всего самого лучшего, успехов в ваших начинаниях. Пускай ваш мир зацветет любовью и красотой. Прекрасного времени бытия. Конечно же, я надеюсь, что на каком-то этапе пистоны этот человек перестанет доставать, а будет практиковать на йога-ковре и познавать свои блоки. Мастурбация — это неплохо. Мастурбируют все. Ладно, почти все. Но для здоровья нужна не только мастурбация. Это делает очень много людей, я смотрю. Some people mustn't be allowed to ordinary yogi channels. Bye bye, guys.